美国的旧金山曾经被认为寸土寸金，除了 Boston 之外，是美国现在高科技聚集最重要的一个城市，它的房价也特别的高。但是旧金山现在被称为美国治安最差的地方。旧金山怎么了？美国的有线电视网 CNN 特别去做了1个小时的采访，可是他们要进去采访之前，他们是非常惊恐的，因为他们觉得他们的车子可能会被砸掉。旧金山发生了什么事情呢？其实很重要的，这个地方贫富差距太严重，所以出现了比较多的游民，很多 homeless 的人。接着旧金山认为这样的一个贫富差距是一个不健康的贫富差距，在新冠疫情的时候为他们盖起了 shelter， 盖起了一些可以住的一些地方，然后让他们安住在各个不同的社区里面，也希望他们跟各个社区可以融入。但是最终的结果，有很多贩毒者就跑到这个地方去卖毒，卖毒了以后，这些人就变成了吸毒者。接着另外一个旧金山就希望能够改善他们的生活，就给予比较高的整个游民对于比较高的社会福利。于是附近整个加州其他城市里头的游民就跑到旧金山来，从洛杉矶、从 San Diego 那一带所有的西岸里头，很多城市里头游民听说这里可以领最多的钱，因为这个城市太有钱了，大家跑到这个地方，于是他游民太多，所以他爆发的不是枪支案件一样的治安，都是偷盗罪，比如说闯空门，比如说砸你的车子，大概都是这一类型，从里头抢点东西。旧金山变成一个令人忘却，本来很美的一个城市，目前忘却止步的城市。
From where I am right now, driving over the Bay Bridge, and it looked like someone had taken an enormous vat of fog and just continuously poured it over the hills, like dry ice being poured over a perfectly sculpted city on a stage. And then you get down into the city and you meet these glorious human characters. And you get to experience the microclimates and the terrifyingly steep hills that make the city an adventure. Then there's the glorious bridges that sit in the bay and welcome you into the shining city on a hill. The endlessly diverse neighborhoods from Chinatown to the Mission to the Italian enclave of North Beach to the pristine Presidio, which gives the city its lungs, and down to the Pacific that rests below, inviting you in, and then biting your skin with its ice-cold touch.
这就是旧金山，是全球科技新创重镇，是美国人均亿万富翁最多的地方，也是美国最美丽、最进步的城市之一。只是那无与伦比的美丽，现在要加上曾经。
The crisis of homelessness in America has reached a shocking level in San Francisco.
The drugs attract them, the no punishment kind of attitude, and then the resources make them want to stay.
A video showing a group of kids getting off a minibus as they try to navigate their way through an entire block of open drug use.
Is San Francisco a failed city?
No, but it's no longer at the top of the class. It could become a failed city.
马迪埃担任旧金山纪事报专栏作家30多年，看尽旧金山的繁华与衰败。
The COVID, the working remotely, has changed the entire character of the city. What we have is these offices, huge, massive office complex that are empty.
纽约时报引述新创数据分析公司最新调查，截至2023年第一季，受到远距工作影响，旧金山办公室闲置率仍是疫情前的58%，低于全美50大城市水准。
And you see tents. Added into this mix, however, is something that we're seeing across the country that is just like an acid corrosive, and that's fentanyl. You put homelessness, mentally ill, and fentanyl together, and it's worse than the third world.
Shoplifting in San Francisco. It's forcing stores to close. And the thieves, some of the most brazen you will see.
Mobs of looters storming and ransacking high-end stores in the San Francisco area.
Unprovoked attacks on elderly Asians in San Francisco.
One elderly man was violently pushed to the ground and he died. Why are people feeling empowered that they can do this with impunity?
在诸多暴力当中，旧金山的亚裔成了最弱势的一群。
Crime and homelessness has really taken our morale down. My neighbor has been hit on the head with a hammer, and had to get 8 stitches.
Every morning, the first thing we have to check is around our store if there is any like drugs or any human waste. So we have to clean that up. It's a little getting harder to run the small business here because of crime issues, homeless issues, and safety issues. Before, it was just normal homeless people who sleep outside. So if I tell them, oh, could you please move, but they will at least understand. But now a lot of people seem to be out of their mind or something, and then some of them can turn really violent when I say something.
今年4月，高档连锁超市 Whole Foods Market 宣布暂时关闭旧金山分店，因为在开幕短短13个月内，该店已有高达568次紧急报警记录，包括有人用刀枪威胁员工，有人试图在地板上排便，甚至还有一名男子因服用芬太尼过量死在厕所。
It's a shocking shutdown for one of the country's leading retailers, Nordstrom announcing it'll close its 2 locations in downtown San Francisco by the end of August. Nordstrom, one of more than a dozen stores that have or plan to close their downtown locations since 2020, including DSW, Marshalls, and The Gap.
事实是，办公室空置和芬太尼泛滥都不是旧金山独有的问题，为何这里皆有问题，特别严重呢？
One thing to note, the fentanyl on the streets is the cheapest here in the entire country. Go figure. And the giveaways here are as...
Free needles.
Free needles, free foil,
tents,
free tents, free food, free assistance.
Where are y'all from?
We're from Modesto. Modesto is a hard place to be homeless. This is way easier. I love it here. I love it here.
Do you think that the services that San Francisco offers people who are on the streets encourages people to come to this city and stay at the city?
Encourages homeless people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the housing that encourages them to come. I think it's the cheap drugs. I think it's the hearing about what you can buy for how much money and how you can use outside and not get arrested.
看到这里，大家是不是都想问，旧金山政府在干嘛？纽约时报是这么说的：在这座以自由主义著称的城市，共和党人仅占选民7%。温和的民主党人，例如市长 London Breed， 他是土生土长的旧金山人，他支持采取积极措施解决公共安全问题。但是进步派民主党人却谴责他的政策是践踏弱势团体。这些公民团体代表皆有向各地政府提起诉讼，阻止政府拆除无家可归者的营地。今年4月，一名联邦法官裁定旧金山政府不能将街友赶出公共场所，因为市府在提供庇护所方面做得不够。市长只能退而求其次，请求州立法机构通过法案，至少使政府有更大权力强制精神疾病者就医。
I went back to how I felt growing up in San Francisco when I didn't feel safe going outside. I was really heartbroken over the fact that people are living like that in this city, and it made me angry. It has been hard, it's been frustrating, and it doesn't mean we give up. We're not throwing up our hands, we're gonna keep fighting to get this community to a place where these kids who are growing up there can go outside and play without fear.